Hi again. I am Fathom and I am the founder of Other Fiber Creations. And today is part one of like a series. It's going to be weird. So, last week I mentioned that I was finishing preparing for the street festival. I was finishing the street festival, yada, yada, yada. I am beginning filming this exactly a week before I set up for this festival. Hi, I'm Fathom. I'm 26 years old. I run a crochet business. Let me not get way too ahead of myself and assume you've been here before. If you're new here, welcome. If you're old here, welcome back. I exist. The street festival is in reference to the Madison Street Festival. I have been preparing for this market since May of this year. It is estimated to have 40,000 people in attendance. I think that is an insane number considering the markets I go to have at most like 500 people most of the time. I'm not going to be in the main walkway area for it. I'm going to be kind of on a side street, so I expect it to be more manageable of crowds that I see. But I have not done an event this big before, and I thought I'd bring you with me for this final stretch for part one, for the event for part two, and to talk through the experience in part three. We're going to see if I stick to that. That's the goal. That's the plan. I'm sticking to it as best I can. So today is the first part of this kind of preparation thing. Why a week early? I already have my inventory counted, so it's not that. I am meeting up with my point of contact for the event, who is also my roommate's aunt, which is kind of funny. But I'm meeting up with her tonight because she offered to personally show me where my booth is going to be at, which I greatly appreciate as somebody not from Huntsville, Alabama originally. So we're going to go there. I'm going to try and get a couple of footage shots for you guys, just so I have an idea of where my booth and my stuff's going to be at. And then it may be a couple days until we talk again, but we're going to make it work as best we can. If you like what you're seeing, you should subscribe also. I'm gonna stop talking now and go about my workday because it's 8 a.m. and I don't meet her until 7 p.m. tonight. So yeah, I just wanted to do this check-in, and I will talk to you soon. Pew pew pew. Okay, it is Monday, the week of the street festival. We last talked on Friday, I think, right before I went to the meeting. The meeting went well. I talked to the organizer. I think it's like co-chair of the Crafters Cove is the technical title. Either way, we talked a bit. She gave me some tips and pointers of here's where I think you should park at because people don't realize that you can park here if you just donate to this such and such fundraiser. Here's where your booth is going to be approximately. Here's the direction you're going to face. Here's the name of the road. Have the person who drove you, your roommate, take you to go see that before you leave this area. It went really well. Ethan and I also went around. Ethan, my roommate, my ex, we've talked about before. We went to a couple of the local businesses and kind of got a feel for, hey, how do you feel traffic is for this event? What do you like? Do you think that this is a good placement for this? And one of them we went into was a bookstore. I believe it's Blue Apple Books. Shop something in Pine. I can pull this up. Give me a minute. Yeah, Blue Apple Books, Shop South and Pine are the two like businesses that are interconnected together in downtown Madison, Alabama. Madison's like the neighboring city to Huntsville for those who aren't from around here. And I talked with them a bit, and we're currently discussing that I might put stuff in their store to sell, which I like. Since we last talked, I also did a market. I can't show you well on camera. My shoulders are burnt to a crisp. I lotioned them this morning in hopes that they don't start peeling over the weekend, this coming weekend, but we'll see what happens. I forgot how the sun works and didn't put my back tent wall up. I'm not covering anything indecent. I'm just tired, and so I'm all curled up with a blanket and a PJ shirt and a jacket. I made about $600 this weekend, which was good. I met some new people, got some good pointers on places to possibly talk to, and I'm in discussions with another shop, a very popular tea brand from around here. Can Discord shut up? Tea brand from around the northern Alabama area about possibly doing some pop-ups, being part of their future events. So that's fun. This week, the main goal is for me to make inventory that I feel will sell, especially since I sold some stuff this past weekend, and make sure that I am mentally prepared to play manager come this coming Friday when I am filming a couple of Fridays ago when you're seeing this, because we have a long list of helpers this event. We have Helper Mari and Helper Alex for the first time. Not the same Alex you've seen, different Alex. They will be coming in together from Atlanta, like later evening Friday night. Helpers Lauren and Madison, who you can hear about up here, will be back from Atlanta about 5 to 6 p.m., so a bit earlier in the night. And then Helper Ethan, Helper Annie, Helper Second Alex, who you have seen before, and Helper Corey will be around just in Huntsville already. So I have 8 helpers for this market, and they're all going to take turns so that I'm not alone in the booth ever. Just in case, since we've been told it's a big event, we don't know what to expect, and we want everybody to be able to take turns looking around the street festival in whatever size groups they want to go in. So I'm kind of mentally preparing a game plan of who's going to be doing what based off the strengths I know they have. For today, we are on a clown baby mission. This is September 29th that I am filming currently. That is the Monday I'm filming. Any I finish will be up on my website on October 1st, which has already happened for you all. And if they haven't sold since I put them up, they're still available at my website down in the description below. You should check it out. Shameless plug. I have 6 clowns to finish over here. I think it is possible. I don't think I'm that crazy. I have the bodies all done. I have 4 of them with hats already, and one of them already has the head done as well. So one of them is just sewing. In general, that means I have 2 hats, 5 heads to make, and then sewing everything together, which is not unreasonable. It's 8:47 a.m. I think it can be done. For now, I'm going to kind of lock in and focus. I would have been working while talking, but you guys are on my hook, as always. People have told me they find this funny and that it's iconic of me, and I appreciate the compliments. I just thought it was practical. For now, I'm getting back to work, though, because I'm very tired. I woke up at like 4 for some reason. I don't know. They're taking out the trash outside, if you can hear that. And yeah, we will check back in. I'll probably show you the clowns. Check back in tomorrow, and we'll talk about other game plans. Pew pew pew, I think. It is the next morning. I am still tired, as always. What's new? So, yesterday, I would think I was really productive. Oh god, ignore me. Wait. This box has 48 pins in it. I'm going to project so you can hear me a little bit since the microphone's over here. The pins that I ordered, I thought they were all scratched up. It turns out they put the pin, a protective layer that has no indication it's there, a second protective layer that easily peels off so you think you've removed the protective layer and you haven't, and then a bag. I removed the one that was obviously there and I was like, hey, I removed the protective film. What do you mean there's a protective film? And they were nice and talked me through it. I didn't like being called dear and honey. Like, honey, there's a thing. And I was like, I'm not sure I like that, but there's a language barrier, so I'll accept it. So, I've peeled the second protective layer off 48 pins, which took a lot of time, so I had to use my nails and get in there. I also finished 6 clown babies. I'll show you them. I name them weird things just for my sake and for differentiating them. So this is Skoboloff, if I remember right, named after the Pantone color wheel color for teal. I think he's cute. Skoboloff. This is 90s Child. I think the hot pink nose really adds to the fun nature of this guy. I love the two-point hat. That's what I'm looking for. Isn't it? Very slow nod, but he does agree. Excellent. This is Halloween Spirit, which is named after a store I'm sure you can guess, and was a comment suggested, can I speak? Suggested color combination of purple, green, orange. I think it turned out really cute. Neon Watermelon, because it has like this bright grassy green and the hot pink again. Neon Watermelon. I think this one's very cute. Toxic. It's black and green. Literally, that's the only two colors of yarn I use besides the white for the face, and I think it's adorable. Just kind of rocking out. Blah, blah, blah. And finally, we have Sherbert. It is a bright orange, a baby blue, and a pastel-y orange, and I think it is adorable. So I finished those 6 clowns, and 3 fidget shroom lads. I did a lot yesterday. I feel hyped up. On the back end, this is kind of a personal life thing. I've been trying to figure out where I'm going to live come January 1st, because since I'm living with an ex, we plan to have me move out, and it's kind of in a on again, off again, trying to figure out what answer or solution there is for me to move somewhere as a disabled person. I don't make 3 times the rent, like basically anywhere in this area, because this is my full-time thing. I make enough, like I could pay just rent, probably. So it's been kind of a fear-inducing thing happening in the background for months. There have been many times I've been stressed and cried over it and stuff. I don't blame the ex/roommate. He needs personal space and room to grow, and having his ex living there also is not the best. The same way that I want personal space to be able to do my job stuff full-time and not have to go back to my room every night, you know? Same idea. And yesterday I had a discussion with the apartment complex I live in. Yesterday as of filming this, to be clear. And they told me that since I've had good history here for 2 years, they'll waive it, like the requirement, as long as I can pay them a full month's rent worth of deposit upon move-in. Which I can do. That is a number I can hit. So I feel a lot more reinvigorated to make things and to go hard for this end of market season. So today's goal is I finished the clown babies off the list, I finished the fidget shrooms off the list. I don't have any of my adult dragons in. I'm going to sign off for the next day or two, and we will probably check in on Friday. It's Tuesday today. Friday is booth setup day. Sorry, I have a stroke. Booth setup day with the helpers. So I'll bring you along to set up the furniture and stuff at night. I will check in with you then. Pew pew pew. All right. It is Friday morning. It's been a couple days for me since I talked to you. Ooh, yarn. It's been a couple seconds for you since you heard me talk to you. And today is showtime. I am set to have, it's 10 a.m.-ish right now. In about 7 hours, I will have the first of my helpers, Helper Lauren and Helper Madison, arrive from out of town. They'll get to their hotel, check in, then head over here to come up with a game plan. And then 3 or 4 hours after that, the other 2 helpers, Alex and Mari, will be here. Let me show you what I have finished since we last talked. This is a chimkin, not a chicken, a chimkin, lovingly named by a friend of mine. It is not my design. I want to note that. I did not design these chimkins, but it's what I call them. I made 5 in this sandy tweed color from Bernat Blanket. I've been sold out of this color for a while, and I've been meaning to restock them, and I've had the bodies made. It was just the beaks, feet, and combs I hadn't done. So I sat and did all those. There's 2 more in the basket I'm not pulling out right now. I made a turtle. I have not made one of these kinds of turtles with the free pattern from the Friendly Red Fox, I believe. It's a no-sew pattern. I made like 5 of these my first market season. It took them a while to sell. They did sell, and then I didn't make any more. And so I had the green yarn, and I went for it. I had some left over from the original batch of turtles from 2 years ago, and I think he turned out really cute. I might make another one. We'll see if this one sells or not. Oh, I should tell you prices. $15. $35, I believe, is what I charged for this one. That's what I'm going to charge. I made a pair of bunny boys. This one is in oatmeal. This one's in cappuccino. $28 a pop. I made 3 little cube kittens. I have the Cube Cats by Crafty Bun Bun, if I remember the name correctly. If I'm wrong, I'll correct myself on the screen. This is a random Ribbler pattern. I think they call them marshmallow cats. I call them cube kittens because they're also square and people like the connection. People love when the plushies have a story, so I make a point to come up with lore to connect them. But I made 2 in Dove Tweed because I was sold out of Dove Tweed, and I finished sewing 1 of the white ones. I have 2 more that I could finish, but I cannot be bothered in this moment. So, 3 of these, $8 a piece. Now we're on to the fun ones. Ding! So we have, making sure the light's still on. This is Sprinkles. Nice lavender eyes. Fun lavender accent on this bright yarn. This is all Bernat blanket because that's what I have the most of. I decided to let my roommate name these ones, and he went very basic this time. Sometimes he goes like deep nerdy cuts. Sometimes they're puns. These 2 are pretty basic names. So we have Sprinkles, and this is Major because he felt like the colors looked like camo. I painted the eyes on this one myself. They're a similar lavender to the last one with like a bluish sheen. Blech. These will each go for $40 a piece this time. I used to sell them for $35, but I've increased prices a little bit on certain items because I was undercharging when I first started, so we'll see if they still sell. And finally, these guys are new. I made these little ones. They are little gremlins. I like them. I thought they were fitting for spooky season. I wasn't sure about giving them the eyelids, but I think that it kind of gives them some character. We got the oven finished preheating. We got this one in the bright, vivid colors from Sprinkles the Dragon. And this was just the last bit of a skein of yarn I had. It's like a dark bluish one. My roommate said they look like Grogu, like Baby Yoda. I can kind of see it. This is a paid pattern by somebody. I'm going to tell you who right now. I'm going to find it, and you're going to be so proud of me for giving credit to creators because it's that easy to just pause and look up the name. It is the Tiny Fantasy Plushie by Abby Snyder. These little guys can sometimes have horns or tails. I'm going basic because I'm basic sometimes. I mean, I'm in sweats and a tank top, so yeah, I'm basic. I think that these guys will go for $16 based off the time they took and the material. I'm hoping they sell. They're fun and easy and fast to make, and I'd love to just kind of have these be another staple item. But we'll see how it goes. So yeah, that's what I have finished since we last talked. The current game plan overall is that tonight around 6 or 7 o'clock, I will go back to the area you saw me in near the start of this video. If I did my editing right, editing Fathom, if that's not what happened, we're all going to blame you and make fun of you in the comments. But we are going to go back over there, and my spot will be supposedly marked off for where to set my booth. and we will set up the furniture, so the tent, the chairs, the tables, the shoe rack that serves as a plushie rack, etc. We will set up the skeleton of my display and all of the inventory in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 totes that I've packed it in because I'm crazy will go tomorrow. I feel constantly on edge and anxious. Not because I'm not prepared, but because I have imposter syndrome. I feel that clearly I am not supposed to be at this event, and they shouldn't have accepted me, and I've somehow deceived them. We can both acknowledge that I'm crazy in this moment because I do fantastic at most markets I go to. This is not me attempting to brag. I'm pretty sure that I make more than average compared to the other booths around me. I am a successful business person, and yet somehow, clearly, I'm a child playing pretend, and these business people are crazy to trust me. That's just life. That's what it is to be an artist, I guess. For now. Since it's 10 a.m.-ish, the oven preheated while we were talking, I'm making myself breakfast, brunch, whatever you want to call it. And I'm working on a commission that was ordered 2 years ago that I kept being told, take your time whenever you get it done. I'm gonna get it done. I'm gonna work on it as much as I can because it's a big, big project. And I'm just gonna focus on it for the day because it's something that I can do that's not me panicking over the event tomorrow. And once we set up tonight, I'm going to end the vlog just so that way we're on the same page. The setup is going to be the last thing you kind of see, and then tomorrow morning will be the start of part 2 of this vlog series. I'm going to go make food now. Yay. But yeah, I think that this will work for the night.
So we'll probably leave the way we came. That area.
There we got it. There's Madison.
Oh, I like that with the through the hand.
There's Madison. In the Main Street Madison sign. There she is. Okay. Let's get this thing off for a second. Yeah, cool. It is 10:40-ish p.m. My roommate is in the living room. We just finished driving back from Madison. We live in Huntsville, about 30 minutes away. And first off, stop that. Second off, you're not sponsored. Get out of here. I feel surprisingly calm about tomorrow. It still doesn't feel real, so I'm feeling pretty good about it. We got some tasty food at a local brewery with helpers Madison and Lauren. Helpers Alex and Mari just checked into their hotel. And helper Annie, I will see in the morning. With all of that being said, and with all the cool footage I've shown you, I think we're going to wrap up part 1 of this video here. If you want to see how the market itself goes, you should subscribe or hit like so that the algorithm brings you back for part 2 of this little mini-series. If you like this video, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. If you're going to do one of those 3 things, make it subscribing so you can see all the other fun things I do around here. If you want to support me other ways, I'm sorry, weird framing. You can also go to my website down in the description below, my social media like my Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, etc., or whatever else you want to do. Today's question of the day is, how much do you think I'm going to make at a street festival with estimated attendance of 30,000 people? Lots of zeros. Let me know in the comments below. With that, I'm going to bed. Thank you so much for watching, and bye for now.